Fantastic, you're here for clearing non-biological parents. So this is gonna be an intro, and then I'm gonna jump into the clearings with a separate video because you'll be doing those possibly multiple times. But a little explanation for the non-biological parents. So that could be someone that was really significant in your raising, whether it was a grandparent, an aunt, uncle, or even a friend of the family, or if you're in a foster care, it could be your foster parents or adoptive parents, whichever ones which they weren't biologically contributing to your physical body. And just also, once again, like your parents, whether they chose you or didn't choose you or whatever it is, they didn't choose you to be here. You know, you're put here by a higher power, your beingness, which is not connected to your physical body. So your biological parents participated. They didn't, you know, pick out all the genes and stuff like that, but they participated in creating your physical body. But then, you know, spirit, source, universe put you, that's you, into that body. So you're definitely been chosen to be here, regardless of, you know, if we're clearing biological parents or non-biological parents. We're just going to remove these ways in which we're negatively connecting to them. So it has nothing to do with like, oh, well, I love them or I don't love them. And like, it doesn't matter, because if you love these people, whether it's the biological, non-biological, you wouldn't want to be handcuffed to them. You wouldn't want to imprison them or be imprisoned by them. That's not a positive thing. And if you don't like them, you definitely don't want to be imprisoned to them. You don't want, you don't want that imprisonment. You're like, no, I want to let that go. Either way, we want to let that go and only have love remain. Whether you don't have love to them, you don't want to be chained to them. So that's what we're clearing. And you're going to choose whether you had one biological or non-biological parent or more than one. And it's also, you want to try, just play with this. If you had two biological parents and you grew up with them, but if there was somebody significant in your life that also might have been a parent, just run it towards them. And really, when we say non-biological parent, you just think of that person, and that's gonna hook up into them, and then your unconscious will be like, oh, I know who you're talking about, and clear all of those energetic chains to them. So if you have somebody that was significant in your upbringing, just see, like just say, oh, okay, let me try it. It's never gonna break anything. Just see if, oh wow, maybe I do have some energetic chains, like I could have hooked into them, and let me free myself and free them too. So you can play with that. So whether or not you have, you know, two biologicals that you grew up with, you still might have some non-biological parents. Or if you just didn't grow up with your biological parents, we're going to unhook. You do want to hook, because you still have biological parents. We all have them, whether they were there for our upbringing, we still have them because that's how we got here. But then we also want to do the non-biologicals, because they could have a greater influence. Because if your parents left for whatever reason, once again, they don't choose you to be here, higher power, so we don't have to worry about that. It's like you're here because you're supposed to be here, regardless of what your biologicals might have done. But then you also, if your upbringing was from non-biological parents, we want to free them, free ourselves too, from whatever that situation is, because they had a really big influence, and that's where you would have really picked up a lot of energetic chains too. So we're going to stop with this video. And then the other one's just going to go through, because if you need to do it multiple times, we want it kind of shortened to where you're just doing the clearings. You don't have to hear me talk about what it is. So until we talk again, have a blessed day or a blessed night, and hope that's really, really soon, because we're going to jump in and do the clearings.